Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while. Do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. If you're one of the over 700 regulars here, well, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share this video out on all social media. Socials, Instagram, X down below in the description. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Just saying, pretty cool stuff there. All right, it's here. Wrestlemania 41 has come and gone. And buckle up, kids, because we got not one, but 2 nights to cover for the showcase of the Immortals. Also, check out my video where I did a live recap of NXT Stand and Deliver. And, well, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get started.
Here we go, here we go!
Now, if I'm being completely honest, for the most part, night one as a show was pretty meh. I mean, you can tell where WWE Creative put their focus and attention, because outside of the main event, WWE didn't put a lot of love and care into the stories going into night one. Now, the talent did give the fans some very memorable moments as we begin with the first match to open the show, and that is Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I said on Wednesday Night is Overbooked that Jey would need to perform the match of his life. Well, was this Jey's best performance ever? No. But was this the best match between Gunther and Jey? Was it better than the previous 3 before it? Absolutely, yes, it was. Now, the outcome was never in doubt ever since Jey won the Royal Rumble, and it ended with a WrestleMania moment that's pretty nice to enjoy with his brother in the ring, and in a decent opening match. Jey Uso is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Absolutely, WWE made the right decision.
That's a fact.
And we follow that with the War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Championship. Now, I thought that with all the work WWE has been doing on SmackDown with their tag teams, that the only reason this match made it to WrestleMania would involve a surprise appearance from Big E. Well, that didn't happen. What did happen is what should have happened months ago after the New Day turned heel, and that is the New Day is the new World Tag Team Champions, a 12-time championship holder. And this match, frankly, everything going into it was kind of
boring.
Now, next, we had a one-on-one match between Jade Cargill and Naomi. It was fine, I guess, fine. Jade is good for power spots, but if you're asking her to sell for her opponent or work fluidly with her opponent,
Yeah, not so much.
I mean, in a questionable decision creatively, WWE seemingly wants to blow this feud off as Jade Cargill goes over and gets the win.
But why?
Now, in the third championship match of the night on the card, we had for the United States Championship, current champion, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Now, these two got the crowd involved early as they are both very much over with the fans. And after an entertaining match, I was very pleasantly surprised as the new United States champion is the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
It's so badass.
Now, previously on SmackDown, Rey Mysterio went down with an injury and could not be medically cleared to perform at WrestleMania. Well, no problem. If you're down one Rey, we're just going to insert another Rey, that being Rey Fenix. Now, in a WrestleMania debut that he was not prepared for and not expecting, he performed great in a put together match that was really just done on the fly with El Grande Americano, giving Chad Gable, I'm sorry, El Grande Americano, his first WrestleMania singles win ever.
That's very impressive.
Oh boy. Now, we got the match for the WWE Women's Undisputed Championship, and that is between the champion, Tiffany Stratton, versus Charlotte Flair. Simply put, this match was ugly and sloppy.
That's putting it mildly.
Charlotte appeared to be sandbagging throughout the match, making it difficult for Tiffany to get through sequences in her WrestleMania debut. In the end, WWE did make the right decision as Tiffany Stratton retains the WWE Women's Championship. But unfortunately, Charlotte's tantrum of a performance is what people are going to end up talking about the most.
Well, you're not wrong.
So yeah, thank God. Next up was the main event. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. This match absolutely saved night one from being an absolute failure of a show.
Can I get an amen?
I mean, these three guys put on a masterclass, not just with the in-ring work, which at one point saw Seth Rollins catching Roman Reigns attempting a spear mid-air and turning it into a picture-perfect pedigree. Absolutely amazing. But it was the story between these three, the history that goes back over a decade, the hatred that they all have, these characters have for one another. And at the center of it was the wise man, Paul Heyman, who not just turned his back on CM Punk, but turned his back on Roman Reigns as well, aligning himself with Seth Rollins. Absolutely, no question, why this match was the main event of night one. It's the story. Story is king.
Duh.
Now, how is this going to affect the rest of WrestleMania, you ask? Well, don't go anywhere. It's coming up next. It's time for night two.
Stay tuned for more.
And here we are, kicking off night two of WrestleMania with the match that I've been looking forward to for some time, and that is the triple threat for the Women's World Championship between Bianca Belair, the champion Iyo Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Right from the opening bell, this match was high energy, high intensity, as these three women showed why they're at the top of the women's division for the WWE. Crowd of over 60,000 plus seemed to agree with that statement as they were engaged right from the start. Now, it came down to the end, right at the end, as Bianca Belair hits her kiss of death on Rhea Ripley, and at the count of about 2.75, Iyo Sky comes out of nowhere, hits the over the moonsault, covers Bianca, 1, 2, 3, and on her birthday, Iyo Sky gets her first WrestleMania win, breaks the winless streak of the Japanese female wrestlers in the last decade, and is the first Japanese superstar to exit WrestleMania with a championship. Winner and still Women's World Champion. the genius of the sky, Iyo Sky.
Perfection.
That's quite an act to follow up. And actually, next up was Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. There wasn't a lot really referencing Las Vegas in this match, but this hardcore stipulation provided another very good match between these two. Now, these two had been going back and forth all of last year in 2024, with Damian Priest getting the better of Drew most of the time. So, obviously, Drew was going to get a measure of revenge as Drew McIntyre gets the win after hitting a claymore to Damian Priest into a steel chair.
Ouch.
Okay, we're off to a hot start, and the hits just kept on coming, as next was the Intercontinental Championship with Penta, the champion, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio in a fatal four-way match. Holy crap, this match was awesome. Now, I did say that Dirty Dom was one not to sleep on, and Vegas seemed to agree, as he hit a frog splash on Finn Balor. Hovering Finn Balor gets the pin and the resounding pop as the new Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Called it.
Now, one of the questions going into night 2 was who would face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Randy walked to the ring. This is his 20th WrestleMania appearance, receiving a thunderous ovation. The fans are singing his song as he just awaits who his opponent will be. Well, say his name, and he appears. It's the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. Now, while his fans may believe in Joe Hendry, all it took is an RKO from literally out of nowhere for the Viper to pick up his WrestleMania win. Now, after the match, Randy picked Joe up and let him soak in the 60,000 plus for a moment before hitting him with another RKO and striking Joe Hendry's iconic pose.
That is so cute.
Next on the card was a match that promised to be an absolute banger of in-ring talent. Now, that being the phenomenal AJ Styles versus media superstar Logan Paul. I mean, like him or not, in the very short time he's been in this, Logan Paul has just shown that he is made for these big match moments, as he has been opposite some of the greatest talent within the pro wrestling industry. And surprise to me, his WrestleMania resume continues to grow, as after an out-of-ring altercation between AJ Styles and Karrion Kross, Logan Paul sees the moment, hits his pulverizer finisher, which is beautiful, by the way, and Logan Paul picks up another WrestleMania win.
I did not see that coming.
Now, next was a match that, under any other circumstance, would be the opener of night 2. And that is the women's tag team title match between the champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, versus the women's intercontinental champion, Lyra Valkyria, and a mystery partner. Well, it didn't take long as Allegiant Stadium erupted as a returning Becky Lynch joined Lyra Valkyria at ringside.
Why am I not surprised?
Now, a return like this can only mean one thing, and that was Becky hitting the manhandle slam on Liv for the 1, 2, 3, and Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria are the new women's tag team champions.
That makes no sense.
And here we are. It's time for the main event of WrestleMania 41. The WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, puts his title on the line versus John Cena. Now, John Cena came to the ring with absolutely no fanfare at all. Just his theme music. Usually the LED screens are full of bright colors. There's nothing black, just his name. Keeping his word to WWE fans that they're not getting anything special from him. Now, The match itself moved at a very deliberate pace, which favored the challenger, as Cody Rhodes for most of the match had no answer for the 16-time champion. Now, there was a ref bump after a near fall, and this is where shenanigans began to ensue. We had Travis Scott coming down to the ring, interjected himself kind of in the match. Cody Rhodes brought him into the ring while the ref was still incapacitated, gives him a crossroads for his trouble. It was a nice little receipt from what Travis Scott did to him at Elimination Chamber. Now, the ref was starting to come to. John Cena hits Cody Rhodes with the championship belt. And as the ref comes to, getting back into the ring, John moves the belt out of the way, covers Cody. 1, 2, 3. And John Cena now stands alone at the top of the WWE mountain as a 17-time WWE champion. If I'm being honest, this felt a little anticlimactic. We had no Rock. What happened at the main event on night one had no impact at all. What happened right here, all we got was Travis Scott.
I'm so confused.
I mean, I guess we're going to have to wait for Monday Night Raw to get some answers, which we will be discussing about this whole event and everything else that came after it right here, talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I really appreciate it. I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great WrestleMania weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. And until next time, doodles.
I say you better